In the realm of extraordinary human survival stories, there are individuals whose indomitable spirit and resilience have defied the odds, capturing the world's imagination. From facing insurmountable challenges to emerging triumphant against all expectations, their tales of survival serve as testaments to the unyielding strength of the human spirit. Let us delve into the captivating journeys of Aaron Ralston, Julian Cope, Joe Simpson, Vesna Vulovic, and Harrison O'Keefe, each of whom found themselves thrust into harrowing circumstances that demanded unparalleled courage and determination. These remarkable individuals, Aaron Ralston, Julian Cope, Joe Simpson, Vesna Vulovic, and Harrison O'Keefe, remind us that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the human spirit has the capacity to endure and prevail. Through their astonishing tales of survival, they have left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness, inspiring us to believe in our own inner strength and resilience. Their stories serve as powerful reminders of the extraordinary heights the human spirit can reach when faced with seemingly insurmountable challenges, leaving us with a sense of awe and a renewed appreciation for the preciousness of life. Number 1. Aaron Ralston. Aaron Ralston is an American mountaineer, outdoorsman, and motivational speaker. He gained international attention in 2003 when he had a near-death experience while hiking alone in Utah's Blue John Canyon. On April 26, 2003, Ralston was canyoneering in Blue John Canyon when a boulder became dislodged, pinning his right arm against the canyon wall. Despite numerous attempts, Ralston was unable to free himself. He realized that his only chance of survival was to amputate his own arm. After 5 days of being trapped, Ralston made the difficult decision to break his arm bones and amputate his arm using a dull multi-tool knife. After the amputation, he rappelled down a 60-foot cliff and hiked 6 miles before encountering other hikers who alerted authorities. He was then airlifted to safety. Ralston's harrowing ordeal was recounted in his autobiography, Between a Rock and a Hard Place, which was later adapted into the critically acclaimed film 127 Hours, directed by Danny Boyle and starring James Franco. Following his survival, Ralston became an inspirational figure and motivational speaker, sharing his story of resilience, determination, and the importance of life. He has continued his love for outdoor adventures and has undertaken various expeditions and mountaineering challenges. Ralston remains an advocate for outdoor safety and the responsible enjoyment of wilderness areas. Number 2. Julian Cope. Julian Cope is a German biologist and author who is known for surviving a plane crash in the Peruvian rainforest in 1971. Born on October 10, 1954, in Lima, Peru, Julian Cope was the daughter of German parents, Hans Wilhelm and Maria Cope, who were both zoologists. On December 24, 1971, when Julian was just 17 years old, she and her mother were traveling on Lanza Flight 508 from Lima to Pucallpa in the Amazon rainforest. The plane was struck by lightning during a severe thunderstorm and broke apart in midair. Julian fell 2 miles to the ground, still strapped to her seat. Despite suffering a broken collarbone, a gash on her arm, and a severe eye injury, Julian managed to survive the fall. As she spent the next 11 days alone in the dense rainforest, enduring hunger, injury, and the constant threat of predators and diseases. She relied on her survival instincts and her parents' training in the natural sciences to find her way to safety. Julian eventually stumbled upon a small river, which she followed downstream. She came across a boat and was rescued by local fishermen, who took her to a nearby village. From there, she was able to reunite with her father, who had been leading a search and rescue effort. Julian's survival story became widely known and garnered international attention. She later pursued a career in biology, following in her parents' footsteps. She earned a degree in biology from the University of Kiel in Germany and went on to become a renowned researcher in the field of mammalogy, specializing in bats. In 1998, Julian published a book about her remarkable survival story titled When I Fell from the Sky. The book details her experience and the lessons she learned from her time in the rainforest. Julian Koch's story continues to inspire others and serves as a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Number 3. Joe Simpson. Joe Simpson is a British mountaineer, author, and motivational speaker. He was born on August 13, 1960, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Simpson gained international recognition through his book Touching the Void, which recounts his harrowing experience during a climbing expedition in the Peruvian Andes in 1985. In Touching the Void, Simpson describes how he and his climbing partner, Simon Yates, attempted to climb the previously unclimbed west face of Ciula Grande. During the descent, Simpson fell into a crevasse and broke his leg. With limited supplies and facing extreme conditions, Yates was forced to make a difficult decision to cut the rope that connected them, believing it was the only way for both of them to survive. Despite the odds, Simpson managed to crawl back to their base camp after a grueling journey, where he was eventually rescued by Yates, who had also managed to survive. The story of their remarkable survival and the difficult decisions they had to make gained widespread attention and turned Joe Simpson into a prominent figure in the mountaineering world. Following the success of Touching the Void, Simpson continued to pursue his passion for climbing and exploring. He went on to write several other books, including This Game of Ghosts, Storms of Silence, and The Beckoning Silence. These books further documented his adventures and experiences in the mountains. Joe Simpson has also shared his story through motivational speaking engagements, where he discusses topics such as resilience, overcoming challenges, and the power of the human spirit. His experiences and storytelling have inspired many people around the world. It's important to note that my knowledge is based on information available up until September 2021, so there may have been more recent developments or projects involving Joe Simpson since then. Number 4. Vesna Vulovic.
Vesna Vulovic was a Serbian flight attendant who gained international recognition for surviving the highest fall without a parachute in aviation history. She was born on January 3, 1950, in Belgrade, Yugoslavia, now Serbia. On January 26, 1972, Vulovic was working as a flight attendant on JAT Flight 367, a Yugoslav Airlines DC-9 aircraft traveling from Stockholm, Sweden, to Belgrade. Tragically, the plane exploded in midair due to a terrorist bomb placed on board, causing it to break apart at an altitude of approximately 33,000 feet 10,000 meters. Despite the violent breakup of the plane, Vulovic remarkably survived the fall, landing on a snowy slope on Mount Igman near Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. The exact circumstances of her survival remain somewhat mysterious, with some suggesting that she may have been shielded by a food cart in the fuselage or trapped in the tail section as it descended. Vulovic suffered numerous injuries, including a fractured skull, several broken vertebrae, and damage to her pelvis, but she managed to survive. She was immediately taken to a hospital for treatment and underwent multiple surgeries and a lengthy recovery period. Following the incident, Vesna Vulovic became known as a symbol of resilience and survival. Guinness World Records recognized her as having survived the highest fall without a parachute. She continued to work for JAT Airways in a desk job until her retirement in 1990. Vulovic's life took a tragic turn after her survival, as she faced political manipulation and exploitation by the Yugoslav government. She lived a relatively low-key life after retirement and passed away on December 23, 2016, at the age of 66 in Belgrade, Serbia.
Number 5. Harrison Okene. Harrison Okene is a Nigerian marine cook who survived a remarkable ordeal at sea. On May 26, 2013, Okene was working on the Jaskin 4, a tugboat that was involved in an operation off the coast of Nigeria. Suddenly, the boat capsized in heavy seas and sank to the seabed, approximately 30 meters 98 feet below the surface. Despite the harrowing situation, Okene managed to find an air pocket within the upturned vessel. He remained trapped there for a staggering 72 hours before his rescue. During that time, he survived on only a single bottle of Coca-Cola and continued to breathe by making an air pocket in the engineer's office. A team of divers from the Dutch company DCN Diving was involved in salvage operations, searching the wreckage for bodies. When a diver entered the sunken tugboat, he was shocked to discover Harrison O'Keefe alive and alert. They quickly brought him to the surface and provided medical attention. O'Keefe's survival story gained significant media attention worldwide due to its extraordinary nature. He miraculously survived against all odds, making him a symbol of hope and resilience. His survival and rescue highlight the incredible will to live and the tenacity of the human spirit.